Hey, what's up, you guys? Dr. B here with your Rim to Rim recap. So, I have one of our medals here, and I know that some of you had no idea what you were getting yourself into. However, I want to say thank you for putting your trust in us and giving us an opportunity to help you make a memory that I promise you it will last a lifetime. So just know that a lot of thought, planning, and preparation went into this. You guys showed up and did the work. And like I told you the night before, no matter which weekend you were on, the 23rd or the 30th, if you were there and you were trained up, that you were capable of finishing, and every single person finished. Now, if you were in my van, you probably saw this guy. And if you're like most of us, you need a little bit of prayer and a whole lot of can do attitude to get out of the canyon. But I wanted to send a recap video just to touch on a couple of different things. And I have a list. You know me, I'm a list guy. So I've got my list here. So I'm going to reference it and we're going to make sure that we hit all the things. So, first and foremost, I already said thank you for putting your trust in us. Des and I take this very seriously. We want you to have a good experience. And so, if you know that there are some things that we could do differently, please get on your keyboard, reply back, and let us know. There's no such thing as bad criticism. We do the best that we can with the information that we have. And if we can pivot and we can do something different to make it a better experience for you the next time you do it, or for the next group, we would love to do that, because this grew out of, I don't want to say a need, it grew out of a love for trying to help people do hard things and showing up and accomplishing way more than they thought they were capable of. So that is first and foremost. Now, if you were on the weekend of the 23rd, you got an invitation to be part of a Google album. You can upload pictures, you can save pictures. I know there's a ton of pictures in there already from everybody's weekend. And our most recent trip this weekend, you got an invitation to be part of an iCloud album, because we did not have any Android users. And so everything went through good old Apple. So if you haven't seen that, look in your notifications for those, look in your email for those, and let us know. And we will make sure that you can get added so that you can update your pictures and you can download pictures, because I know for this guy, I don't take a lot of photos. However, some of you guys are amazing at capturing that moment, and I save them, and I have no shame in promoting them as mine. So just know that. A couple things else I would ask. I will send you, if I sent you after the hike on the 23rd, an opportunity to leave us a review, and you feel so inclined to share your experience, please do. I will send those out in the next day or so for our group that hiked just this past weekend, because we are not a professional tour company, but what we are is we are a couple of people with heart. We want other people to share the same experience, and we know that it changes you. And so if you would leave us a review, it would go a long way into helping other people understand that this is not some fly by the night type of trip. There's a lot of planning and preparation goes into this. We're going to make sure that you're ready and prepared as best that we can. And if you struggle, like some people do, we're going to be there to pick you up, and we're going to be there to make sure that you still get out and that you have a good weekend. And then the last thing, in wrapping this up, we've always tried to do right by the people that have hiked with us before, and we don't do this as a huge moneymaker. We try to cover our costs, we try to pour back in. We could not do this without the hospitality team and the people that volunteer their time. So we are working on a couple of things to say thank you. And so be on the lookout for those. Our hospitality team, believe it or not, if you've never been in that role, they work just as hard or harder than we do hiking to make sure that all we have to focus on is drinking our water, getting our calories in, and getting ourselves out of the canyon. And they handle everything else, from our luggage to the driving to the transportation to the post hike meal to the breakfast to all the little touches. That is thanks to our hospitality team. And then the last but not least, one of the things I will tell you is, oftentimes I seem to be the face of this, but none of this is possible without Des. Des is the heart behind this thing, and those of you that know her, I get emotional talking about this. She shows up in a way that other people can't. And she makes people feel loved, she makes people feel seen, and most importantly, she makes people know that there's somebody in their corner and there's somebody on their side. So if you get a chance, send her a huge thank you and a shout out, because without her, none of this would be possible. And then the last thing is, when it comes to next year, some of you have said, I'm never, ever, ever, ever doing that again. And then 48 hours goes by and they're like, I think I want to do it again. I think I could do it better. I think I can make better choices and do it a little bit differently. Or they talk about their experience to their friends and their family, and their friends and their family are like, you know what? I'll do it with you next year if you do it again. So never say never. But most importantly, what we always try to do is we try to honor those people. So in the next week or so, we will put out the registration link for next year. And we always try to honor the people that have hiked with us in the past. We've got a couple of really cool things that I see from a leadership perspective that we can do differently next year. And so I aim to implement some of those things. And so stay tuned for that, because you will see a little bit of a price bump, but it's all because we are trying to make it a better experience. Some things, like an option 2, have your own bed and not share with a roomie. An option 2, make a different option as far as what do we look like as far as post food, and take some of that burden off of us, and then we just handle it. So looking at some cool things, so stay tuned for those. And most importantly, thank you for everybody that contributed with all of the sign up genie and bringing stuff, whether it was water, whether it was soda, whether it's your favorite recipe. And those things go a long way to add those personal touches. We could easily bump the cost up and add pre-made food. We don't want to do that. I sent out a recipe for the sweet potato muffins that we provided. And I think one of the things coming out of this year is the food stuff. If we can get ahead of it and know what people are bringing, and it's something that we've had in the past that's really good, we can provide recipe cards, and we can provide that for people because people always ask. So, in wrapping this up, just say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we are so blessed to be able to get to do this. I hope you guys can see that through and through. We love connecting with people. And most importantly, we love seeing you accomplish something hard. Hard changes you. Hard allows you to grow through the discomfort, and hard allows you to see a different side of yourself that maybe you didn't know was there. And just like in life, when you're hiking up and you leave Manzanita and it hurts and your muscles are tired and your body is weary, the only thing that's going to make that discomfort stop is to finish what you started. And I can promise you, if you take that lesson and apply it to your life will be out of abundance, because we all have trials, we all have tribulations, we all have challenges, we all have obstacles. Sometimes it's with relationships, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's jobs related, sometimes it's all of the above. But just know that if you can hike yourself out of the Grand Canyon, there is nothing else on this earth that you can't do. God has your back. We're here to support you. You'll stay in our community as long as you want to be. We'll continue to drop information, but most importantly, know that you're loved, know that we appreciate you, and we've got a bond with you forever. And so we are so thankful again. We're always just a text or a phone call away. Okay? Make it a great night, you guys. Nothing more else I can say other than thank you. Thank you from the sincerity of my heart. Des and I appreciate you guys so much. And like I said the night before, some of our most important relationships in this life are people that have hiked the canyon with us. They get doing hard things, but they love seeing other people to succeed. And that is this guy. All right. Make it a great day. God bless. See you soon.